Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of these tools. So this is a yarn feeder. This is something that I do instead of having to hand wrap this thing and create problems with my tension. All I just do is that I feed the yarn through an empty pen. There is a little bit of a science to it. So when I'm loom knitting, I can just feed it on. The yarn is going into the top of the pen and then down. So essentially I am coloring, and it makes it a lot easier to be able to follow. The first thing that you need to look for, this tool should be able to go between the pegs or pretty close to it. So when I'm working with it, I want to be able to get in and out of the pegs when I'm going to feed it. So the challenge is for you is to find a pen that can actually do that. So this particular pen, honestly, I just took off the end pieces and then I just fed my yarn through, and voila, I have a tool. So usually people can suggest straws and etc. I find straws are not strong enough, so a pen is a great way to go, and therefore I don't have to hand wrap this thing but just use the pen to draw the color on. In other size looms, the styler that I just showed you barely gets between these things, and in fact I can't get it through unless I really force it. So what I want to do is that I want to look for another kind of pen that has a narrowing piece. So this piece actually screws off, so I just trimmed the end piece and then I took a nail file and then I just filed it. And so now when I sink this one here, you see I can get it down in between the pegs so I can go in and around. So it's one of those ideas. Now because it's getting thinner, it gets harder to load. So let me show you a tip on loading these smaller ones. So let me show you how to load this. So I have a piece of wire. You can use fishing line, which has worked as well. Even floral wire is great too. So I want to fold it directly in half so that I can reach down and put the yarn around the eye of this and then come back up. So I'm gonna go up through the bottom and make sure that the wire can fit through the bottom, and then it's gonna come out the other side. So on the other side I'm going to take the strands and I want to feed them through this particular piece here. Once it's through, I can just safely pull on that and I can pull that through to the other side, and then we're good to go. So that would